husband, Arnold, or as he liked to be called, Arnie.
What type of name is Arnold? Was he buff? Hello everybody and welcome to another video. I'm putting up this video, or at least recording it, around the time of Christmas. It's a holiday. Most people celebrate it, but I'm recording this video before, or at least this intro before Christmas Day, and recording the actual video on Christmas Day. It's probably not going to be up then because I'm in the process of editing another video before this, but hopefully you all enjoy it. And I do like stories. I do like scary stories, and I really do like scary things. It's grand, which is probably why I'll probably be doing a lot of scary movie reactions, probably mostly on Patreon, with a lot of other series that I'm going to be putting up on Patreon first and then putting up on here, or possibly putting up on here and then on Patreon. It all depends. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. Woo! Also, my shirt, if y'all are wondering, it says, instead of gifts, I'm giving everyone my opinion. And I got this shirt just so I could make this stupid joke. Alrighty, well, the video is titled, My Neighbor Won't Stop Singing Christmas Carols, Creepypasta, by Creeps McPasta. Now, I don't know or remember much about creepypastas. I know that was like a, what was it, 2012 type of thing. But it's something I wanted to revisit because I like scary stories. Let's get into the video.
Stop singing Christmas carols. It's a little bit ridiculous to hear Deck the Halls not long after Halloween. I mean, I'm all for the spirit of Christmas and I'm no Grinch. But to wake up at 6 AM on November and hear my neighbors singing was enough to irritate me.
Hold on. Hold on. He said 6 AM? Who waking up at 6 AM? Not me. Because I'm probably normally awake at that time. At least while during this extended break I have been.
I've lived in this house going on 3 years, and I know the neighbors in the sense
3 years.
We've waved while taking care of our yards and discussed the weather if we happen to see each other outside while taking the trash cans out or checking the mail. A nice family of 3, or 4 if you include their dog Cello.
A dog?
I've seen them decorate the house for all the major
I like
holidays.
dogs.
And last year,
I like dogs. Dogs are nice.
they at least waited until after Thanksgiving to start putting up Christmas lights and such. Our houses are not made of paper either, and we both have a decent enough yard that I've never heard so much as a loud television or even music come from that house. So, this is the first time I've ever heard them singing, and they must be...
Also, let's just take a moment to really appreciate this image right here. It's really weird looking, but the nose piercing is on point. The glowing eyeballs, or just empty eye sockets that shine at the back in general, look pretty cool. I mean, the extended mouth, more to eat you with, my dear. It's a nice twist. It is. And the ear, weird. Back to the...
really going all out for it to carry this well. When it woke me at 6, I attempted to cover my head with my pillow, which didn't work. Then I turned on an white noise sound, and thankfully that lulled me back to sleep. The problem is that when I woke up at a comfortable 8 AM,
there it is. That's a smart guy this is, or person. I don't know where the story came from. Smart choice. Wake up at 6, go right back to sleep. That's what I do.
They were still singing. Not
2 hours straight?
But now they were singing Joy to the World.
Oh, okay. At least it's a new song.
It's November. I've tried to shrug it off and go about my morning.
They're doing this in November? What day that is? Better be after the 14th?
Took a hot shower and brushed my teeth, made some toast and slipped on my work shoes, all while hearing Joy to the World. They must be singing the song several times each, because I know for a fact they started with I usually left my house at the carport door, but I wanted to check out their house and see if these maniacs had already decorated their house as well.
Probably.
When I stepped out of my front door, I immediately noticed the wife and daughter standing on their doorstep in their night clothes. They were both facing the inside of the house and singing to their husband, Arnold, or as he liked to be called, Arnie.
What type of name is Arnold? Was he buff? Sorry, bad joke.
Who stood in the doorway with one hand on the door as if he'd just opened it. These people were caroling their own house.
It'd be like that.
And the daughter, I think her name was Tanya or something like that, probably should be in school.
Nah, it's carols, baby.
I asked with a raised voice to call over the singing. They didn't reply, so I stepped closer to my vehicle in the driveway and looked back towards the house again. Arnie looked back at me with just his eyes and a wide grin that looked strained. You guys taking requests? I asked. Again, they didn't reply. Not very Christmassy of them to ignore me,
Nasty.
I thought, before climbing into my vehicle and heading to work.
That's when you hit them with the car. Don't do that.
Still singing. Right now, it's silent night. The wife and daughter are still in the
Wait, now, hold on, what?
I asked. Again, they didn't reply. Not very Christmassy of them to ignore me, I thought, before climbing into my vehicle and heading to work.
Now something I have to do. I have to climb out of bed to go to my work, and that's what this is. It's not really climbing out of bed, and that's not the only work I have. I have school too, and that's definitely takes precedence over this. But seeing as I have a break, I could do a lot more of this. Continue.
I got home at 4, and they were still singing.
Y'all got snacks? I got snacks.
It's silent night. The wife and daughter are still in their night clothes, and Arnie still held the door wide open.
I wouldn't do it.
When I pulled in was honk a few times to try and get their attention, but they didn't stop. They didn't even turn their heads to look at me. I stepped out of the car and started across the small patch of grass that separated our houses. I was in his lawn and maybe 5 feet from them when I heard something else. Something mixed in with the singing. I stopped and tried to isolate the sound. It seemed to be coming from inside. I looked up and caught Arnie's eyes. It was him. He was making noises through his wide, forced smile and clenched teeth. I froze instead.
Okay, so wide-eyed, strained smile, and clenched teeth. Is that not a frightening face? Mostly because my mustache covers the top part of my lip.
Arnie, what's going on here? Are you guys okay? I asked nervously.
Probably not.
He grunted back, his eyes shifting left and right.
What? No. Don't do it.
I took it as a no. I stepped forward again.
Yes.
But he grunted so loudly that I recalled back to where I was. Arnie?
You did what now?
What's going on? I asked.
Hang on. Your neighbors haven't moved. since 6 a.m. that morning. Come back after work, probably around 4 or 5, maybe even 6. And they're still in the same spot. They haven't moved. What would you do in this scenario? I know what I'd do. Leave. Pack up and go. Don't come back. Don't come back. Just don't. Just. I'd live at a bus. I'd sleep at the bus stop. I'd sleep right at the bus stop. Nope. Continue.
Not sure of how he could explain with grunts. I looked at his wife and daughter quickly.
And also, if you see me eating, it's because I'm nervous. Or because I'm hungry. And this is cheap stuff, and I don't have a lot of money.
The poor girls were shoeless, standing in small, half-dried puddles of their own urine. Arnie...
Half-dried what now? I'm telling y'all, bus stop.
as well.
Right at the bus
I
stop.
stood there all day long. Arnie? I didn't even know what to say.
Yep.
I could barely think over the
Leave.
dad singing. I could hear their voices breaking a bit. Surely they would lose their voices soon.
I'd lose my voice
With a
after
loud
about
grunt,
2 hours
I
of
looked
singing.
back to Arnie. His eyes were darting over his left shoulder. Without getting closer, I tried to peek into the open house. Between his wife and daughter,
That's smart. Keep your distance. Keep that distance, buddy. Don't get close. That's a mistake.
and under his arm, I could see what looked like a Christmas tree they'd set up. A tall tree, so thickly covered in dark green pine needles that I could barely make out the full shape of it. It hadn't been decorated yet, but boxes of ornaments and lights were at its base. The tree? I asked. Arnie groaned once, loudly, in acknowledgement. I crouched a little to see the tree more. The dog cello lay at the tree's trunk. A branch protruded from the dog's stomach in a mixture of blood and fur.
I don't think I heard you right. Let's go back. What?
I asked. Arnie groaned once, loudly, in acknowledgement. I crouched a little to see the tree more. The dog cello lay at the tree's trunk. A branch
Okay, dog
protruded
stuff.
from the dog's stomach in a
A
mixture of
branch?
blood and fur.
A branch? Probably coming from the tree in the dog's guts. And you're still standing there, probably. Leave.
Wanted to gag. It looked like one of them. I mean,
You stand there and gag? If I was this person in this scenario, the rest of the story wouldn't happen. You know what I'd do? I'd get in the car that I just rode in and got out of. I'd ride back to work. Or better, to a whole nother state. Have my house. Doesn't matter. No. Leave. Pack up. Matter of fact, don't pack up. Leave.
that the dog with a branch? No, the branch was still attached to the tree.
And it's still attached to the tree.
I took a step closer to see around the door frame.
No.
Arnie squealed in protest. As he did, the tree nervously shook, and the branches retreated back into the pine quickly.
What?
This was enough for me. I turned
No.
and unlocked my front door quickly, stepped in and slammed it closed.
Nope.
All while hearing the girls' broken voices singing "We Wish You Merry Christmas," I pulled out my phone and called 911.
That's a step at
As soon as
least.
the operator answered, I gave them my address and tried to explain what I had seen. The operator
You can do that from the.
but said they would send.
You can do that from the comfort of your own car, my boy, or girl,
anyway.
or whatever you are. Not gonna assume.
When I hung up, I heard a faint voice outside. I checked through the blinds and saw the neighbor from the other side of Arnie's house storming across his yard and shaking his fist at them. God, shut these women up.
I'm gonna have to cut that.
And do this inside your house, not out here where all of us have to listen to this all day.
Hey, watch your language, buddy. Probably the unedited version of this, because it's gonna be long, is probably gonna go up on Patreon.
To the neighbor.
So, more reasons to follow me on there, right?
I didn't know his name. He was moving quickly towards them. I opened my door and stepped outside. Sir, hang on, I said hesitantly, not really sure what I was even stopping him from. He didn't hear me at all, or was so enraged that he tuned me out. He crossed his yard and
It'd be like that.
I looked past him and saw who I assumed to be his wife, an equally elderly woman, standing at the door looking over. Hello? Earth to Wendy? Earth to Arnie? Did you hear the word I said? He reached them.
Let's put up a poll. What's gonna happen next? Is the man gonna start caroling? Is he gonna ask the lady to make him a sandwich? Because that sounds like the type of mentality this person has. Or is he just going to push them inside and close the door? Let's see.
And he stopped talking. He froze about 6 inches closer to them than I had gotten. He turned to face Arnie and opened his mouth and began to sing along with them. His raspy old voice.
Burn the house. Burn the house. I know there are people inside. Burn the house. Well, there's one person inside, but burn the house. Burn the house. Burn it.
Mixed in with the
Get rid of it.
of Wendy, and
throw it away. You don't need the house anymore. Leave. Just leave. And I'll probably break this video up into parts, because dear God, I don't know how much of this I can handle at a time. I mean, I'm good with, I like scary stories, but I mean, I don't have a problem, because I mainly, or at least not going to have a problem while recording this, because I can stay up as long as I need to. ADHD, carry me, fam. Like I carry my D&D group. Never mind.
Daughter, Tanya. Ben, what are you doing? Ben? Called the other neighbor's wife. She stepped into the grass of her own yard. This time I yelled out, Don't go near them.
Smart choice.
What is he doing? What are any of them doing? She asked, confused. I don't know what's going on, I replied truthfully. Cautiously, I walked across their yard until I was in front of the door, but far enough from it that I didn't think I was going to start singing anytime soon. I looked at Arnie, who had tears running down his widely grinning face. I walked further around until I was closer to the other neighbor. I looked back at the carolers and could see the mother and daughter's faces were wet with tears, but still,
I just checked my door.
still, they sang, and the old man Ben singing right along with them. Sirens cut through the Christmas carols as a patrol car came down the road towards us.
Not
I
yet.
walked out to the curb and waved them down, while I looked around to see the neighbors across the street had stepped out to watch, as well as the neighbors a few houses down. They all looked on, confused. The patrol car pulled up, and 2 officers stepped out. The first was taller and bald. The second was older and just barely overweight.
Tall and bald. Picture of someone tall and bald.
The patrol car pulled up and 2 officers stepped out. The first was taller and bald. The second was older and just barely overweight.
Old, barely overweight. There it is.
"What's going on here?" Little one asked. I walked closer to them and quickly explained everything I could. It made no sense as I said it out loud, but the officers listened, each one turning a curious eye towards the carolers. "And you said this man started singing when he got close to them?" the other asked.
Yeah?
"Yes, I got close, but obviously not as close as he did," I explained. "And you don't feel like singing?" the other asked with a slight smile. "No. Look, do you think I would have called this in if this wasn't serious?" I demanded.
Computer.
That officer stopped smiling and turned towards my neighbor's house.
Blue. Stupid computer. Shush. Will ya? Recording a video. Sometimes you gotta talk to your technology like that. Stupid computer. I'll probably...
As he stepped towards them, I heard a car pull into a nearby driveway. I turned to see if it was another cop car. It wasn't. Just one of the neighbors pulling in with her own dark green Christmas tree strapped to the top of the SUV. I turned back to the carolers and watched the older officer keeping a safe distance and calling out to them several times.
Yep.
No replies. The officer returned to us and shrugged. "I don't really know what I'm supposed to do here. They aren't breaking any laws exactly," said the officer that had gone forward. The taller officer began talking into his radio, explaining the situation to someone at what I assumed to be the police station. I looked around at the neighbors, standing about watching. Some had joined each other in discussion, all while this family and a man named Ben.
Practically everyone, probably everybody on the street, seeing this all go down. Cops already pulled up. Cops are saying, "I don't know what we're supposed to do." And everybody's just standing around talking. How are these people not leaving yet?
Began to sing Jingle Bells.
Who did?
After a few minutes of waiting around, I looked the situation to someone at what I assumed to be the police station. I looked around at the neighbors, standing about watching. Some had joined each other in discussion, all while this family and a man named Ben began to sing Jingle Bells.
Okay. Family
After
Ben.
a few minutes of waiting around,
Jingle Bells.
I looked back towards the neighbors in the SUV. They had removed their tree and disappeared into their house. Odd that 2 families should be setting up trees so soon. Odder that the trees look so similar. Same.
Otter. Otter. I'm stupid, I swear. One of these days I'm gonna get slapped for the stupid comments I make. I'll deserve it. Probably.
Dark color and excessive thickness to the pine needles.
Thickness. What am I doing?
My stomach dropped. I turned to one of the officers. "Hey, they had a tree just like theirs," I said, pointing to the other house. As I did, the officer...
I'm surprised the officer didn't turn around to the person and say, "But don't all of these trees look the same?" Now I know that might be a little treeist, but treeist sounds close to Prius. Cars. Can't afford them. back to the video.
Mrs. followed my pointing. We all looked over at the house, about 4 down from mine, as the front door opened and a woman stepped out. She turned to face the open house, where a man stood, holding the door. His face was a wide, toothy grin, and she began to sing, perfectly in tune with my neighbors. They all sang.
Okay, well, oh no. Oh no. Nope. Everyone's singing. Nope. Sometimes you gotta throw away your neighborhood. Just throw it away. Just throw it away in the garbage. Just burn it.
Well,
okay, well that seems like a fitting end to a part 1 story. Dear Jesus. Oh man. Well, that's gonna be part 1. You could see part 2 coming out probably really soon after following this one. Well, this video was by Creeps Make Pasta. Dear Jesus. Yeah, this is something. And I'm probably not going to sleep until probably daylight tomorrow. I'm joking. I don't really sleep much. Man. Well, I will see y'all in the next video. That was a good video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. And if you would like to, if you're feeling in the spirit of giving, or just you want to give me money to put up content for you all to see and to put up better quality content, then donate to me on the Patreon, where I'll probably be putting up a lot of other videos that I probably won't be able to put up on here due to fear or ultimate. Oh, I might still put them up here. I'll just test and see. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.